Hello, everybody! It is me, Tokkuri Yashi, your poetry friend. How is everybody doing? Hope you are well. It is that time of month again, Clan Battle. So we'll be having a look at some of the compositions for this February Clan Battle. Remember, this is the first Clan Battle with the attribute update. So let's see how different Clan Battle is this time compared to previous months. So first boss we have got is the Great Goblin. And we'll be able to look here on this Akarumi website, which will suggest several compositions for the teams through the practice sessions that we've been having. I'll put a link in the description to this website if you want to have a little look at it. We'll be looking at automatic and manual comps only on the 4th tier bosses. So this Goblin, Great Goblin, he is weak to fire and dark, which is first change for this attribute update. Second change we can see here is the amount of damage that we are expected to be doing here. For manual, we've got these three teams here that can do 100 million. Now last Clan Battle, anywhere between 40 to 70 million potentially was a good score. 100 million here now is what we can be getting here with manual. With automatic, 90 million. And as we can see here, it looks like a lot of magical dark teams. If we jump down here, some more automatic teams here. They are all mostly dark until we get to this one here with the Christmas Peccary, where we can see sometimes we can run compositions in here that still work that are not the attribute type that the boss is weak to. None of these compositions here for this Great Goblin I can actually run, which might be a little bit worrying. Maybe some of you are in the same situation as me. The only one that I could possibly maybe run is this one at the top here with Christina in it, if I could borrow the Princess Hiyori. I tried running this with other Hiyori, the Astral Hiyori. It did okay, but it didn't do anywhere near the 63 million damage that it's supposed to do with the composition that is set up here. So there we go, that's the Great Goblin. We've got what, 100 million max, and then maybe 90 million, and they're close to 90 million with some of the other magical dark teams if you can run them. For me, I don't think I'll be fighting the Great Goblin this Clan Battle. Okay, next one, we can move over to Wild Griffin. Now Wild Griffin here is weak to water and wind, and as we can see here, we have got 120 million maximum here with a water team. So it is actually using a water team on manual. A couple of 100 millions there with manual as well. If we go down here, then we'll have a look at the better automatic teams. Now let's get running one of my teams here. We've got it in here. I can run this team. It's supposed to do 92 million, so let's get it going and we can see how it does. I have run this team with Shiori Ranger at 3-star, and I got about 80 million damage. So I've 5-starred my Shiori Ranger, so we'll see how much of a difference that makes to the damage score that we get here. So other teams for manual, we've got a couple of water teams here as well, which well, again, there's a water team here with the Summer Yuki. A couple of characters in here that we don't usually see in Clan Battle are appearing, like the Summer Joker, Summer Kasumi is here in that team. I guess the attribute update has made them more relevant. But then we've got a wind team, so it is also weak to wind. So the wind team underneath that was got some wind characters in it, with the New Year's Neneka and the Ceremonial Ilya, and a couple of dark as well. What is Angel Yori? Is she light? I'm not sure. I think she might be light. But anyway, as you can see, we're getting some teams here that are a bit of a mix of attribute types, so it's not quite as bad maybe as we thought. But anyway, this is a wind team against this boss that is supposed to be weak to wind. Supposed to be going to get 92 million damage out of this. Let's have a look. I did 5-star my Shiori Ranger on so that I could do this fight a little bit better. We've got 80 million before. We've got 80 million again. So running her at 3-star, over 5-star, really didn't make a huge amount of difference there. As we can see, it's 6-star Shiori that does most of the damage for that composition. Right, so let's jump across then and have a look at the third boss, which is the Sea Drake, who is weak to fire and light. So, Sea Drake. We have got again 120 million manual, 110 million manual, with a combination of fire and light in there, it looks like. The second combination is a full light team. Now, I did run that team with a 3-star student Suzuna, and it did okay. It did about 80 million damage. We have got some better manual teams down here. Now, I'll get one of my manual teams running before we say any more. What we're going to run is, we can get rid of these 3. We can go into light. We can put in Hatsune. We can put in Ameth, and we can put in Lariel. I believe that is the team there that we're going to run. It's supposed to be 88 million damage. So let's get this one going. Whilst we talk about some of these other teams for the Sea Drake. Now, like I said, I did run this team here with the student Suzuna in it. With my student Suzuna at 3-star. For me, it got about 80 million damage, which is a little bit less than what it says there. It's supposed to be doing 92 million damage. I also have tried running this automatic team here that says it does 100 million automatic. Now, the problem for me, every time Lariel got bonked at about 40 seconds left to go. So it didn't really do that well. So that's why I've abandoned that team. It didn't really work that well. I've also found out by running this team here with the Christina in it and Jita, it also does very well. It got about 86 million damage when I ran it. So again, that is another competition that I've tested and it worked, and for me it's pretty good. There are quite a few other teams down here at the bottom. Little competitions slowly getting lower and lower damage. If you don't have some of the teams, some of the characters for the teams, maybe you're going to want to build some of them. So let's go back up here and get this one on. It's supposed to be doing 88 million damage, and we have got 85.3, so not far off what it's supposed to be doing. A lot better than that 100 million damage composition, because like I said, Lariel got bonked a little bit too early and fell out. Right, so now let's have a little look at the next boss, which is this werewolf. Where are we? Werewolf. 110 million damage is the maximum manual competitions we've got there. He is weak to water and dark, and as we can see here, we have got a mix of water and light with Laborist there with light, so it's mostly a water team we've got running here. I can't build any of these team compositions either, so we're not going to run a boss fight against this one. Another boss that I'm not going to be doing too well with in this clan battle, but 90 million we've got there. Suspected maximum, well, that's 96 million we've got. If we can manual this composition here, 96 million, but 90 million, and then a couple in the 80 millions, which are dark and water and a bit of light in there. So it is running composition teams that you might expect, all the way down here to these ones at the bottom with Vampy and the Halloween Samungi, I believe, which is, well, I suppose fitting in with what we would expect. A few more dark characters in here. This boss is weak to dark. So there we go. That's how I look at some of the teams there for the werewolf. And finally, let's go and have a look at Torpedo. We've got one team for the Torpedo. He's weak to light on its own, and there is only 3 teams actually on here that have been suggested at the moment, all of them automatics. Let's get one of these running. What we want in here is, we want to keep Ameth, but we want to go full light, which it is. We'll get Chizuru and Reno. We'll get Labarista. We'll get Misato, New Year's, and we'll get Krajita. That is the team. So let's get this one going. Right then, Torpedon. As we can see, we've only got 3 teams here. We have got the Overload Pecorine though, tanking the top one. I suspect that this team is dependent on the hit points of the boss when you fight it, so it's not always going to be viable. I did run that team. I changed Pecorine Overload for the Christmas June to tank instead, and it still did very well. It still did reasonable damage, so maybe that is one option. If you don't have that Pecorine, put Pecorine for the Christmas June. This team here I am running at the moment is a place to use Chizuru and Reno, which I don't actually use it that much after getting them, but again, it's just the usuals, and because they are weak to the light attribute that they are, then it's very good for this fight. And the bottom one here has actually got the Christmas June in. The reason I can't run that one is the Hatsune Insurer unit, which I still have not managed to get, and isn't on the friends to borrow list in the clan battle for my clan. So overall, this clan battle with the attributes looks like it is a lot more damage as we imagine with the damage cap increase. The elemental attributes are not as important. There are a few combinations you can run that are not the element that they're weak to that work pretty well. But overall, you probably want a majority of the team to be the elements that they are weak to. What we got there, 78.9, it's nearly 79 million, which is actually higher than what it is. It's 70 million, so we nearly got 80 million from that team. So that team did very well indeed. So there is a few compositions for Clan Battle for February with the attribute updates. Let me know what you think of the teams. Let me know what you think of the changes with the attribute updates for the Clan Battle, and I will see you all again for another video. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you for subscribing and commenting and liking and everything you do. I much appreciate it. I am Tokkuri Yashi, your palm tree friend. Bye 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 bye. Hey hey.